Alright guys, in this video we're going to be 8.8 swapping the Mustang. This was originally a V6 Mustang, which meant it had a Ford 7.5 inch rear end in it with 273 rear gears. The 7.5 is on the weaker side, and the 273 gears is not in a street car that I want to take to the drag strip sometime. So we got this Ford 8.8 inch with 327s in it. We're going to be swapping it in and hopefully having more fun with this car. Alright guys, so this is from a 2000 Mustang GT. Due to that it's not the same year as mine, the axles are a little bit longer, but everything else is pretty much the same. So the wheels are going to stick out a tiny bit more, but that's not really a problem. We're going to get to cleaning this thing up, changing the gear oil, getting some brake calipers on it, making it look all nice, and then we're going to take out the 7.5 and put in this thing in the car. I guess we got everything off of it. Rotors, caliper brackets. So I wire wheeled it. Probably going to clean it up a little more, and then she'll be ready for paint. Alright guys, so I just got it cleaned up a little more. Got it brake cleaned down. I popped the cover off the center section. Drained all the fluid, and now I'm just cleaning up the gasket surfaces. We're going to throw on the new cover, and then we're going to paint it. So, alright guys, so I got the first coat of paint on. I'll still need to go back and touch up a couple places. But right now we're going to be putting in 2 quarts of 80-90 gear oil. This already has a limited slip additive in it, so we don't need to add any of the friction modifiers since it is a LSD rear end. Alright guys, so I got the car up on jack stands. I did pull the rear end already. It was only like 10 or 12 bolts. So I pulled the lower shock bolts first, then the lower control arm bolts, and then the upper control arm bolts, and then also the brake line and the drive shaft bolts also. Obviously the new 8.8 doesn't have the brake lines with it, so we're going to have to pull the brake lines off of the 7.5 that was in the car, swap them onto there. Here's the stock and the UPR tubular upper and lower control arms, just to compare the two. The new ones are lighter, so that'll be nice, and they also are powder coated black, so that'll also look nice under there. Since I had the calipers off, I would paint them, so got these just painted. Getting this brake line transferred over from the old 7.5. A couple things I wanted to note. Since 2000 Mustang, which is what this came out of, since it had ABS, it does not have this distribution block that hooks onto the rear axle, so it's just a vent that's sticking up out of there. So that also has to be transferred over with the brake lines. Also, I had to bend the brake lines a little bit to get it to fit, since the axle is a little bit longer. Alright guys, so we just got the rotors, pads, and calipers on both sides. Everything else is hooked up, brake lines are tightened up, so it's about time to throw it in the car. A little windy out, so hopefully you can hear me. I dragged the rear end out and got her mostly loosely hooked up. I got all the control arms hooked up. I would suggest at least 2 people for this job. It's about 200 pounds, so it's not fun getting it up there by yourself, so 2 people would be a good idea. Control arms. Gotta lift the rear end up and then tighten everything down. Guys, so we just got all the bolts tightened up. It wasn't too bad. And so we're about to put the wheels on. The next video is going to be an update of everything I've done over the winter, because I've done just more than this in the last video, with the exhaust over the winter. So hopefully see you then. Thanks for watching.